Hi, my name is Wilx, and this is episode 18 of Project Ozone 2 Reloaded. We're here in Titan mode. Today's going to be dedicated to making a Tinkerer's Crossbow. That's the only thing we're going to do today. I'm going to try to make it worth your while by going into a fair bit of detail on each of the parts, why we're selecting them that way, especially if you want to make any changes to try and tweak it for your own use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the whole thing out of, or as much as we can, out of magical wood. If you need magical wood, the easiest way is you get a 9x9 crafting grid, you put a book in the corner, you fill the rest with emeralds. You'll get, you make 4 books that way, and you'll get 32 magical wood. Okay, I have lots of emeralds. They're minor to me at this point. And the body. And we can't do the string like that. Now, I'm going to make a couple of arrows. So I'm going to make them out of paper. You can make them out of magical wood or paper. Paper's cheaper, and they both accomplish the same thing for the tool rod for the bolts. Okay, so now that we've got that done, let's go over and, actually, we're going to need to make our bowstring. Can't use magic wood, can't use paper, of course. So we've got to use, we're going to use flame string for this. I'll get into details on flame string and stuff later. Okay, so crossbow. Oh, actually, let's not craft it yet, because I want to be able to show you something else. Okay, so let's go get into the parts that we're going to be making. So for the limb, there's 3 things it's going to really affect. One is going to be draw speed, the other is going to be arrow speed, and then melee damage. Not bolt damage, melee damage. So the draw speed, the best we can do is 0.25. So we want to be able to get it down to 0.25. And then after that, arrow speed is what we're looking for. So let's take a look at some of our limbs. Okay. The best one we're probably going to do is going to be the Lumium crossbow, which has a draw speed of 0.5 to start, which is easy to get down with the redstone to 0.25. When we make this thing, we're only going to need 110 redstone. That doesn't take very many modifiers. The other thing that would be better if we could get there would be the infinity crossbow. It's also a draw speed of 0.5, but it's 10 arrow speed instead of 6.5. Most of the other stuff just isn't there. Like, it used to be that Signalium was the one to go for, but its draw speed's way up at 2.75 now. The only disadvantage with Lumium, well, there really isn't much of a one. The durability is a little lower than some of the others, but that's about it. We don't really care about that. Oh, and it does affect the durability, but we're not worried about that here. We're worried about arrow speed and draw speed. So let's make that out of Lumium. Now, the next thing we're working on is our crossbow body. The only thing that the body is affected by is the handle modifier of the material. So we're best to look at something like tool rods to see handle modifiers. Now up here we've got a Pokefennium, which is a 3. That's about the best we can do for a handle modifier. The other good ones would be Manulium at 2.5 and Pink Slime at 2.5. But the best we're going to do is going to be Pokefennium. So let's make our body out of that. Now, for the binding, our tough tool binding pattern, the only thing that's going to be affected by is the material modifier. Now, if we could make it out of paper, which we can't, that might have been a consideration, but we're already making it a magic wood to start, so that doesn't make any difference anyways. What we can make it out of is obsidian. Obsidian will give it reinforced 3. So that's the best we can do on a binding, at least in this pack. For the string, we picked fiery string. Now, it penalizes the draw speed by 10%, so 10% in the bad direction. But it increases bolt speed by 20% and durability by 20%. So all around, this is a win for us because we're going to have no trouble getting this thing down to 0.25 on speed, so maxing it at speed, and then we're gaining the 20% bolt speed. So fiery string all the way in this pack. Now for our bolts. For the bolts, you've got the tool rod. That's going to be affected by the handle modifier mainly. But the other thing it affects is the weight, which is how much it's going to drop when it's traveling over distance. It doesn't matter if you're up close, but over long distances, if it's heavier, it's going to drop further and basically not go quite as far. But don't worry, both heavy and light bolts will probably go as far as you can see. The advantage heavy really has is it's got some armor piercing. I don't know the math. I've never seen it anywhere. I don't know how much it affects the damage, but it's supposed to add some armor piercing for a heavier bolt. The other option is to go with a light bolt. So the heavy would be something like Pokefennium. The light would be something like pink slime. Again, it's got a pretty good handle modifier, and it's lighter weight. Now, I had originally in Project Ozone 1 recommended the heavier one to get the armor piercing. But in practice, when I looked around, even in that one, when it did less damage than this bow is going to do, I think it was like 100 damage for that one, I was one-shotting everything. The only thing that you're not going to one-shot is something like the Chaos Dragon, and I didn't even use the bow for the Chaos Dragon. I preferred a Draconium bow, Awakened Draconium bow that did rapid fire, and it sort of spray and pray as I'm like kiting them around and things like that. I'm not stopping to aim. So if I can kill everything with a light one, and it's going to make aiming just a little easier because there's less drop, I think I'm going to go light this time myself, but you decide whether you want to go heavy or light. So that's the tool rod. The thing that counts the most is the tip. And for that, the clear winner is Refined Glowstone. It's up at like a 14. I could show you the others, but I think even Awakened Draconium gets up only to a 5. In this pack, Refined Glowstone's up at 14. It's a clear winner until you get into like Infinity or something. So we're going to take both our paper rods, because I'm going to show you both of them. And we're going to put our Refined Glowstone on them. Let's doing that. Grab them. Okay. But we can start making our stuff here. So, as we can see, if we took and put that in there, and the body there, and the flame string, and we did it like that right away, we'd have one modifier remaining. If we switch this out, we get 2 modifiers. We switch that out, we get 3 modifiers. We switch that out, we get 4 modifiers. So making these 3 parts out of magical wood first gives us an extra 4 modifiers. So let's do that. Then we put this back in. We add in our Lumium. And we still have 4 modifiers. We add in that. And that. And we still have our 4 modifiers, and now we've got a reasonable crossbow. Okay, and now we've got the... Oh, I haven't made my fletching. So we need fletchings. And I'm going to go with the slime leaf for the fletching. Slime leaf gives you 94% accuracy, 2% break chance, 1.4 handle modifier, and jagged, which means the damage increases and the number of bolts decreases. So that's about the best one. I'm going to need 2 of those. And let's come over here and pick... that twice. Okay, now I don't have it over here. Oops, hold on. Tool rod. So we're going to make ourselves Pokefennium one, and we're going to make ourselves a pink slime one. And we'll pour refined glowstone on both of these. You have to put it on there before you can add it to the bolts. Then once that's on there, we'll come over here. We'll take our paper ones. We'll put the Pokefennium on first. So it was already 24 attack damage, but obviously almost no ammo at 10. Ammo jumps to 101. You won't see it right away, not until it starts getting repaired. But it still has the modifiers remaining a 1. We could only get 1 extra out of that. This is where I wanted lots of modifiers, and we can't get extra modifiers as easily. And then on this one, we'll put on our pink. Okay, so let's compare the two. So they're both at attack of 6, attack of 6. Accuracy is the same. Break chance is better on the slimy. It's only 0.5, where this is 1, but still, that's only like 1 in 100, right? So not really that worried about the break chance. But this has a ammo of 101. That only has 84. But the weight's the big difference, 6.8. So it's like half the weight of this one over here. Okay, let's take and put some modifiers on these things. So for the crossbow, we don't need as many modifiers here, but we're going to put some on anyways. We'll put gold. I got lots of gold, lots of diamonds. Don't care about that. And that's a notch apple I'm putting on it. I won't bother with another star for the crossbow because I'll have extra modifiers when I'm through. So this thing's already got 6 on it, and I only need a few of them. Now I should have got myself another star if I was going to do them both. I'm only going to modify up the pink. That's the one I'm going to be using in the game. So that, because I'm going to show you a test to see drop later, but the modifiers aren't going to make any difference to the drop. And in this case, I will put another star on it. Okay, so the things we're going to start with is I'm going to put moss on it so that it gets a repair, auto repair. Oh, it just says moss. It doesn't say auto repair. Oh, yeah, it does. Auto repair, it says it up at the top. And I'm going to do that to my pink as well. Okay, let's come over here to our auto tool station. So for the crossbow, right now we're at a speed of 1. We've got to get that down. So we're going to add 110 redstone to it. It's now at 0.25. It couldn't take any more redstone even if we tried. And we've still got 2 modifiers left. So we've already got moss on it and the redstone. So the next up, we're going to put a whole pile of lapis on it. To be specific, we're going to put 450 lapis on it. The reason I'm using singles instead of blocks is the auto tool station doesn't like blocks very much. It can eat extra blocks if it doesn't work out to be an exact number, or partial blocks. I counted wrong on how much I needed. Oh well. There we go. Needed 1 more stack. So now we have 450 lapis on it, which is, it says luck. Basically, it's supposed to be looting 3. I don't know why it says it as luck. If it's actually luck and not looting, I'm going to make a suggestion. Put 449 lapis on it, not 450. I think I just made a mistake there. Because what will happen is as it levels up 1 more in that area, you'll get both luck and looting. Because what I wanted was looting, not luck. Okay. Now, we still have some modifiers on this thing. Oh, sorry. No, it says looting 3. I don't know why it says luck up there. Okay. It had. Never mind. Forget shorting it by 1. It has looting 3. Okay. For our bolts, those aren't the ones I'm doing it to. These are. So the rest of what we're going to do for the bolts is going to be all quartz. So we've still got 3 modifiers remaining. Currently we're doing 6 hearts. And I think we're going to be putting 144 on this. Yeah, and now we have no modifiers left. And we're doing 7.5. When we bring it down here, we now have a crossbow that does 136 hearts of damage combined with those bolts. Okay, let's come over and do a drop test. See that dirt off in the distance? Whoops. Okay. I shot a little high there. Damn it. Okay. So I'm going to try to get it sort of centered on the top block there. There we go. Okay, we'll come over here. I've only got 10 shots on this one, so I got to make them all count. Okay, and let's go. There's one way back here. What a drop. How many is that? That's all 10 of them. They didn't make it there. All 10 of them, I shot right on this, dropped that much. Oh, no. How have I got one of it? I don't know. Okay, over here, it looks like they all went to exactly the same spot. Okay, let's try that again, only this time we are going to aim a little higher. So the box is fully up, and we're using, whoops. There we go. Fully up top on it. Actually, I guess we should aim a little bit above it. Let's hope we're aiming about the same distance for both. Okay, take a look at that height. That should be the same height, but we need to switch bolts. Whoops, I shot two of the others at it. Yeah, so the one up there is from the other set. I think they all ended up in the same spot in the ground here. Yep, all 10 of them. This one up here was one of those, yeah. Okay, let's try something else. Just to do this a little better, let's get some extra blocks. Remember, I got a ring of flying now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got 2 more. Let's do it up 5. So that's a total of 9. Oops. Okay. So again, we'll start out with the pink slime on this side. And I will aim sort of center at that top block. Okay, and we need to switch. Oh, that's not quite right. Oops, I moved. Oh, we're finished. Oh, I don't need to fly up for this one. So as you can see, that was the drop at that distance. Oh, there are 2 up there, and then a bunch down there. Over here, the drop was all the same for them. They all dropped 4. Over here, some of them dropped 4. 2 of them dropped 4, and then the rest of them went down here, I think. Well, let's see. How many do we get here? 10. That's interesting. Why did it do that? Okay. Anyways, so you've got an idea on the drop. The test doesn't seem to be very conclusive, but there's obviously more drop with the heavier bolts. So I think I'm going with the light this time, because it doesn't matter. When I shoot something, I'm one-shotting most things when I'm doing a... whoops, that's the heavy. Let's put on the light. When I'm doing 136 hearts of damage. I think I'll stick with the light. Okay, so that's everything I wanted to cover for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next time. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.